Hey Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline and fans. You're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do Spider Slayer's Haul, episode number 16. That's right, guys. Now this is the video series, of course, where I show the comic books that I pick up for the entire week and maybe some extras. A little bit part of this video after I show you my haul, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the whole Marvel Now thing. As well as the free previews book came out. So if you want to hang around and hear my thoughts on some of the Marvel Now titles, you're more than welcome to stay. If not, then you're free to go as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy this haul slash little previews book. And so let's get started, guys, shall we? So here is the infamous black bag. What's inside of it? I kind of missed the Rebirth bags. They were pretty badass. This is just boring. It's black. There's nothing inside of it. It's just dumb. So when we take it out, we get to see there's some stuff inside. And you can see now that you're probably like, guys, where's your background at? It's too hot. It's the summertime. I teach tennis for almost 7 to 8 hours every single day. My garage right now is probably like 150 degrees. I need to stay out of the heat so I don't die of heat stroke. So I'm doing it in my dining room, and I'm sitting at my dining room table with this boring curtain. So I apologize if there's no background either. But, okay, here we go. Here's the stuff that I got this week. First things first, looking forward to this one. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. This is number one of this. Definitely looking forward to this book. Haven't seen Hal Jordan in a while now. And he's back to the way he should be. Just can't wait for this one. It's going to be one of my first Rebirth titles that I read this week. All right. Next is a book that was like number one, I think, last like 2 weeks ago. And Superman was number one this week on my favorite comics of the week. And Superman has just been hitting it out of the park these days. And this is Superman Action Comics issue number 959. This just reminds me of the days of the old Reign of Superman. You just have like Lex Luthor, who's like Steel. You got all these other people in there that just reminds you of that series back in the day. And it just makes a lot of action going against Doomsday. Just really good stuff. Can't wait to read it. Superman Action Comics issue number 959. All right, next, independent book in between all this other stuff. We got Grim Tales of Terror, Volume 2, issue number 10. This is called, just known as The Haunted Manor. Don't go inside or you will get your head blown off. Or don't go inside because you will never come out. What does this story have? I don't know, but it looks like to be a haunting story. So Grim Tales of Terror is a lot of fun. They had the Boogeyman story last issue. I thought that was really good. So looking forward to this. So Grim Tales of Terror, Milestone issue number 10. I just made that up. It's not a milestone issue. All right, next we have Guardians of the Galaxy, another issue number 10. Man, Marvel number 10. Wow, who would have thought you ever make it to the 10th issue in a series? Last issue of Guardians of the Galaxy, we had Angela that was freed, so she's back on the team. I really like this cover, though. You got Angela in the forefront there. You got The Thing and Gamora, Drax and Groot and Venom in the background. I really enjoy this cover. This is probably one of my favorite covers of the week. It's just really well drawn. It just looks like a real cohesive team based off of the cover. Is it the same in the story? I don't know, but it's about time that these guys unite and become the team that they should be. They've been so scattered in previous issues. All right, next. Got this from my daughter, and I'm going to read it to her because she was reading a My Little Pony book that I got her, I think it was either last week or 2 weeks ago, and it is the Powerpuff Girls. That's right, guys. Issue number 1. And it's got Mojo Jojo on there. I'm Mojo Jojo. I will stop the Powerpuff Girls. And I'm just totally excited to read this to her because she watches the original Powerpuff Girls series on Netflix. So this is cool stuff. So looking forward to this one. Next, I think, is the final issue or maybe it's the next one. I heard that this was ending, and this is The Violence, chapter number 5. It's about this former ex-con who was doing good in his life. He was, with his girlfriend or his wife. They had a kid, and he made one simple mistake, and everything has gone down the shitter ever since. Things have just snowballed out of control. He's running away from the police. He's killed people just to protect himself. It's just he doesn't know any better. And it just made for a really excellent story, and I'm disappointed that it's going to end, but I'm going to read it all the way through. This is issue number 5 of The Violence. All right, next we have DC Universe Rebirth Wonder Woman issue number 2. Issue number 1 was really well done. It left you cliffhanging with Cheetah at the end of it, and she was drawn a little bit differently. I love the artwork in this series, and I think this is like the 0 year aspect, or I'm sorry, year 1 part of Wonder Woman. So they're going to be telling 2 different stories in this series as it goes along. So I really like the original story. We'll see how this one goes. So this is Wonder Woman issue number 2. Next is a book that probably a lot of you guys want to check out, and that's Nightwing issue number 1. This review is already up. Same with all the other DC Rebirth titles. Those reviews are up if you guys want to check them out now. We get advanced copies, and we try to read them and review them as quick as we possibly can so you know which ones to buy. So this one's already up. Check it out. Really cool cover. Just love the blue. Just like real sketched in the background. He's like in the shadows or whatnot. So this is cool. Looking forward to Dick Grayson, seeing what his involvement is, how he's, Nightwing once again, and this is Nightwing issue 1. All right, next is the new Superman series. This is issue number 1, as we get to see Superman holding this girl, and I'm not really sure where he's at there. I can't make it out, but maybe he's in Vegas or something. Who knows? But I'm checking this out just on a whim. I wasn't sure if I was even going to get it at first, but since I'm trying every single one of these Rebirth books, I might as well. And so hopefully it'll be good. So this is new Superman issue number 1. Next is a series that I haven't been enjoying as of so far. I think we got to get through all these little origin stories, stuff that we already know, get the story underway. Now we're under Flash issue number 2, as we got to see August, who winds up getting, which looks like Speed Force powers. What is involvement with the Speed Force powers, we don't know yet. I want to find out who this villain is that kills people that we know, that we've seen pictures of in the future, whether he'll be introduced soon. But I'm definitely looking forward to this. This is Flash issue 2. All right, next is Batman Detective Comics, issue number 936. I personally reviewed this book this week. The review is already out. If you guys want to check it out, go ahead and check it out. Pretty good read. I just feel like the book is a little bit of a slow burn, and it's mainly focusing around Batwoman. I don't have a problem with it, but there's so many other characters on the team, and it's so heavily focused on her that I feel like that the other characters are being left out a little bit. And that's what I got from issue number 936. If you want to see a more in-depth review, go ahead and check it out at your leisure. All right. Next, we wound up getting Civil War issue number 3. This is the infamous one where it looks like Hulk is killing everybody. And this was the vision that Ulysses saw. Hulk is killing everybody. What happens? I don't know. I'm not opening up yet. I don't want to spoil it for you or for me. I'm going to try to get a review up. I don't know if I can do it today. But if not, I'll definitely try to do it tomorrow, or somebody on Frontline will get it done. So this is Civil War 2, issue number 3. All right. So now I also got the Midnight variant. This is this actually, I guess, has a sketch inside of it. So I wound up picking this up. It didn't cost any different. It was $5 just the same. So we're going to cut the bag. Don't do it, Mike. It's not going to be worth anything in the future. It's not going to be worth billions of dollars. I don't care. So we'll find out. I just want to see what the page is, like what's inside of it, if I can get it open. So, all right. So it is open. And I think it's like a just Joe Quesada variant, I think it is, or sketch variant, or I don't even know what's going on in there. So we're going to see. And you have the actual, this is what it looks like. It's just like a piece of paper to think that it's a cover. Oh, okay. And then here is the actual cover of this variant. So it's really cool. Black and white sketched cover of the Hulk, of the original Bruce Banner Hulk. So that's the way that one looks. So that's really nice looking cover. Awesome drawing. All right. So there is the haul. And, oh no, I'm sorry. I got one more thing that I have to show you. So since Iron Man has, you know, having some female taking over the suit, and I do not enjoy this in current run of Brian Michael Bendis, and it was David Marquez, which when it was good, and now you get Deodato who does it. I'm just really frustrated with Iron Man, and I'm going to be disappointed, I feel, with the next series, even though I'll try it, because I just want a good Iron Man series, and it hasn't been since Matt Fraction has written this series. So I decided to get this trade, the Invincible Iron Man, the Matt Fraction run. This covers issues 20 through 33. I got it for $10. $10. This book ranges to $35. Just awesome, and it's a hardcover book. I could not pass up the deal on this. So I definitely am very excited to have this. This is probably one of the last really good Iron Man runs, and I couldn't be happier to get it. So, all right. So there is the haul. Now I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Marvel Now previews book that just came out. So go through it a little bit with you. So I got the Marvel Now previews book. It's free at your local comic book store. I think maybe there's probably only so many, so I'm not sure if anybody has it or not everybody can get it. But this does give you a list of all the comic books that are actually coming out. It gives you an entire list of all of them. And when you look through it, it just gives you the covers. It's images that we've seen. Divided We Stand. As you get to see all the other characters in there. We get to see Divided We Stand here. So you get to see some of the other characters. And based off of these two pictures, the Marvel Universe has totally just did a 360 in the past couple years. I mean, honestly, that's what has happened here. It gives you a nice little description of who these champions are. Because we find out that Nova, Miss Marvel, and Miles Morales, they all quit and they form their own team called the Champions. And you got Cyclops involved, Amadeus Cho, and you wind up getting, I forgot her name, was it Viv? Vision's daughter. And so here you get to see that full cover. So that book is pretty interesting for me. When I look at it and see it, I think it's pretty cool. Now, if you guys want to leave any other comments below and tell me what you think of these Marvel Now titles, and if you agree with them, if you don't, you know, put it down in those comments going. Keep the discussion going. So that book I'm going for. Avengers 1.1 looks like more of a classic Avengers feel to it, right? It has Captain America, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, it's got Hulk, it's got Giant Man, it's got all these guys in the background. Not sure what it's about, just says Earth's mightiest shoes to fill. Occupy Avengers, #1. Do I care? No. Next, Avengers #1. Okay, how many Avengers titles have we had in the past 3 years or 4 years? We've had so many. Why should I pick up Avengers now? What's going to be different from what I read 6 months ago, last year, 2 years ago? Why should I pick up this #1 series? Why is it going to make me pick it up? Because are we going to reboot it 6 months from now again? I just don't know if I'm on board with it. It's got a couple different characters. It's got Hercules on there, Sam Wilson, you know, Jane Foster still. Looks like Black Panther's on there. I can't really tell. I think that's Black Panther right there. So we got that going on. We got Uncanny Avengers, issue #15. Not really into that book right now. U.S. Avengers looks like a totally generic looking type of comic book. I'm going to check it out because of the Cheese Whiz factor in there. I mean, Red Hulk, he's got a porn star mustache, right? Funny. Miss America's in there. Ultimates 2, issue number 1. Is this a different version of the book? Not sure. Here we wind up getting Squadron Supreme, issue number 13. It's got Namor. Who cares? He died. I think he's coming back. Did we not see that? I thought he already came back. I don't know. Thunderbolts, issue number 7. That's continuing. Nothing's new really about that. Invincible Iron Man, issue number 1. It's funny how we're just restarting this series and it just came out. It just boggles my mind. It's just like, why do I trust you, Marvel? Why should I invest in a character? Why should I invest in a series when it's completely going to be, it's going to be rebooted in the future? When you look at this image, it looks like Tony is the AR. It looks like he is inside the suit. Or the AI, sorry, the artificial intelligence. The other one that's blowing my mind away. Infamous Iron Man, issue number 1. So now we have Dr. Doom, who's posing as an Iron Man, and he's this good guy. Who knows, like, why? You know, it's going to give you the article and the actual character designs in there on what's going on with Tony and Dr. Doom. It continues now with Captain Marvel, issue number 1, as you get to see the cover here, and her involvement with, like, Civil War and whatnot. This one might be pretty good. Hawkeye, issue number 1, deals with Katie Bishop. Like the cover here, we've been asking for a Katie Bishop type of book and for a long time. She's always taking the supporting cast role. Now it looks like she's kind of the lead. Captain America, Sam Wilson, issue number 14. He's been dealing with all kinds of backlash forever. It says, hashtag take back the shield. Does it continue? Does the politics side of the series continue? A lot of people are turned off by that. Next, we have Captain America, Steve Rogers. We get to see that he's still part of Hydra at this time because the Hydra symbol is in his eyeball. Civil War, Silver Surfer, issue number 9. I don't know really anybody who's reading this book besides Cat Comic Uno that really talks about it or is enjoying it. But it's still on the market, so it means it sells. Black Panther, issue number 7. I don't read Black Panther, issue number 7. I won't read it continuing. Jessica Jones, issue number 1, coming off the Netflix hit and, you know, coming out with a second volume for this. The original Jessica Jones has been out for a very long time, so you might want to check it out. The Unstoppable Wasp, issue number 1. If you care about the new Wasp, check her out. If not, who cares? Doctor Strange, issue number 12, and Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, issue number 1. Does Doctor Strange really need 2 books? I don't think so. It's an oversaturation. The Mighty Thor, issue number 15. The Unworthy Thor, issue number 1. So now we're going to get stories of Thor without his hammer and his missing arm. Will he get his hammer back eventually? Who knows? All our characters are different, guys. Nothing is the same. Patsy Walker, a.k.a. Hellcat, has Black Cat in there as the main cover. Who knows? Black Widow, No More Secrets. Okay, so she's going to come clean now, right? Probably not. Next, we have Moon Knight, issue number 10. Not sure who's reading that right now. Squirrel Girl, that continues. I'm not going to read that either. Punisher, number 7. Don't read it. Daredevil, a little bit too dark for me. I stopped reading it. Kingpin, issue number 1. If it's anything like that Civil War issue 1 that I ripped up and tore apart, I'm not reading it. Bullseye, issue number 1. This might be, if you're a fan of Bullseye, you might like this book. But for me, again, there's nothing here that's sitting there going, oh my God, I got to get this. Do these characters deserve their own solo series? I don't think so. I really don't. There's not enough there that attracts me to it. What they're doing is they're making these books trade material, 6-7 issues. That's our story. We're going to wrap it up in a little bow, put it on trade, and then 6-7 months from now, we're going to come out with a whole bunch of new books. That's the way it's going for Marvel. Next, we have Power Man Iron Fist, issue 10. And then we have Iron Fist, issue number 1. So Iron Fist is getting his series back again. His last series got canceled. Now he's coming out with another one. We're just redoing stuff. Totally Awesome Hulk. That continues. Issue number 15. I haven't been too disappointed with it, but we'll see what happens with Civil War because there was a couple of stories that were a little stalling there. Unbelievable Gwenpool. I don't care. That just doesn't interest me whatsoever. Cool concept for a character, but for an ongoing series, I don't know. The big thing is that when you see these previews, none of these books have prices on them. What do you think, guys? Leave me in the comments below. $3.99? $4.99? $5.99? Where do they push the envelope? Next, Uncanny Inhumans, issue number 15. What's going on here? Are you seriously going to cut Medusa's hair? That's the most beautiful thing about that character is her hair. You're gonna cut it? They better not cut her hair because I will be furious. Mosaic, this is the new Inhuman that can take people's souls or possession of their bodies. Miss Marvel, issue 12. Always going to read that. That's a really good series. Some people are fans of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. That book is continuing. It will be on issue number 13. Here's the big one here, Death of X, where we have the Inhuman battle versus the X-Men battle here, as you can see on the screen. So you end up seeing that. We'll see what happens with all that. That's a pretty big series. Next we have Cage, who he gets his own solo book. Again, is it necessary? Gamora, another individual character that gets her own book. Star-Lord, he gets his own book. Again, is there enough story there to tell these books? And this is not the first volume already. This is like second, third volume for these characters. Thanos, issue number 1. What's going to be the purpose here? If you look, though, closely, you get to see it looks like a phoenix in the eyes of Thanos. So that could be meaning an interesting story plot. Next, we get the Clone Conspiracy with Spider-Man. That's going to be a big one on a lot of people's lists. Silk, issue number 13. I heard that's doing pretty good. So people are going to check that out as well. The Prowler, again, is he enough in Amazing Spider-Man to sit there and go, you know what? I like that character Prowler. He kicks ass. I'm gonna buy that book. Like, why am I going to buy it for $5, right? Spider-Gwen, issue number 15. Miles Morales, looks like he has a hookup here with Spider-Gwen. So that will be an interesting little tale to tell. Next, Spider-Woman, issue number 13. Looks like she finally is maybe doing a battle against a main villain here. And it couldn't be better more than Hobgoblin. So I think that Dennis Hopeless and is doing a good job with this. However, we're getting a new artist. I love Javier Rodriguez's art, but he's not going to be on this book anymore. And I think his art is very distinctive and has made the series, and it's Veronica Fish. But I'm not going to count it out. I'm going to stick with it, of course. Spider-Man 2099, number 21. I think I'm dropping this, guys. I'm really disappointed with it as of late. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. It's got the original Miguel's suit in the background, and it's got Tempest on there, so she makes her appearance back. So we'll see where it goes there. I'm not too sure. Venom, issue number 1. Looks like the original Venom is back in here, and it says Lethal Arrival. So if that reminds you of like Lethal Protector and some of those older series, there you go. Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 1. Renew Your Vows, number 1, or Renew Your Vows, second chance, or whatever it is, one more chance. You don't even have to ask me. I'm definitely picking it up. Deadpool, no. Deadpool and the Merch for Money, no. Slapstick, hell no. Solo, looks kind of cool, but no. Fool Killer, why? The dude had a series in the 90s, and it's stupid. And I have a feeling that this is just another book that's trying to be Deadpool funny. I don't see it succeeding. The biggest one right here, coming soon. Richard Rider? I don't know. We'll see. So there you have it. There is the Marvels Now previews book. You got to see some of my thoughts and my opinions. Again, guys, leave me your discussions and your comments below what you think of these titles, which ones you might be most excited for, which ones you're not as excited for. Again, if you made these comic books affordable for its fans at $2.99, maybe, just maybe, I would try some more of these. But a lot of these new series are just volume 2s or volume 3s, or just spawning out of other series to try to see what they can do. And I think a lot of times they're trying to make a quick buck here. But for $5, I'm not trying a lot of this stuff. I'm just going to keep with my original pull. And the only thing I might pick up that's different maybe is Spider-Gwen and Venom on a regular basis, but that's really about it, and we'll see how it goes and what people say, and I might read it digitally so I have an idea of what's going on. But guys, tell me if you believe on what Marvel is doing with their characters. Do you feel that it's their attempt at doing a legacy? Are they turning everything around 360 in it? Like, what's your thoughts on the whole thing? So again, guys, thank you for watching Comic Frontline. Again, now it's your turn once again to put in the comments below which comics you're looking forward to reading this week, which ones you're not looking forward to reading, what you bought this week, and again, all the stuff we talked about here. And into the next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off, and this has been Spider Slayer's Haul, episode number 16. Take care, guys. Bye.